Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
I love seeing our Milky Way peeps mingling with the Angara. It's early in our interspecies relationship, but I hope we can build on the momentum.
Any one of a million things could happen, and whoops, the neighbors hate us.
So, don't go joyriding with the Nomad, huh? Obey the street signs? You're doing a great job, really. Keep up the good work. Pathfinder?
Ryder, the Moshai told me about the artificial intelligence they brought to Aya. It must be hundreds. Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
I picked this up. Any idea what it might be?
How in the skies did you find an Angaran star map? One that still works, even. It must be pre-Scourge. If we analyze it, we can learn where our people traveled before the Dark Age.
Aren't star maps usually bigger?
An Angaran star map isn't used for navigation. It acts as a log of where its owner traveled. This one's data is locked, but Aelin can decrypt it for me.
I picked up this figure earlier. It might be Angaran.
This is unfamiliar to me. It does resemble an Angara, but it looks so strange. It's clearly centuries old. Is it an artistic interpretation, or is this what we really look like? Implications. Pathfinder, you may have discovered our earliest artifact yet.
If I'd known what a big deal it was, I would have let it ride shotgun.
No harm done. It's seen centuries of wear. One bumpy ride won't change much.
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Son above. It's an ancient Ravan. A musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing this beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories. It's all gone.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us. You've given me more to study than I ever expected. I've got a lot of work ahead. Thank you for your help, Pathfinder. I'll let you know if I discover anything.
That figure really is something.
Pathfinder.
I'll leave you to it.
Hello, Pathfinder.
I'll let you get back to it.
If I should have come to me.
Shh, Uxul, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's she doing here?
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Uxul, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. She risked her life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I don't condone what happened on Gadara. But one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you?
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel. He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket, even without exaltation, they change us.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
I found a device Ben was using to communicate with the Archon. I think we can use it to triangulate that Ket flagship's nav point.
All you have to do now is board it, steal the Meridian artifact, and escape in one piece.
You've been there. Tell me what to expect.
I saw very little. Corridors, an interrogation room, my prison cell. The Archon's vessel is a place of pain and death for the Ket's enemies. No one has attempted anything like this before. For all our sakes, you must succeed. Now it's my turn. Thank you for freeing Venturef at Kadara. I'm told you saved him from execution.
What will you do with him? Are there prisons here?
Ephra wanted to punish him. I suggested Ven help tend Aya's gardens. He spent too long surrounded by death. He needs to reconnect with life.
Any ideas on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. Avela comes in every so often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Are you originally from Maya or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jarl is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
What are you working on?
To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title. It's a reference. People from mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
Thank you, Moshai.
Ishare.
aquatic species. They adapted to live among us by inventing contragravitic technology. Extraordinary. Do you have images of them? Happy to share them with you. I also have files on Polus, Elko, Dren. How many different species did your initiative bring here? As many as we could. Several of them haven't arrived. Stars and skies. I never imagined so many cultures living together in harmony. Might not be the correct term. More like enlightened spirit of cooperation. I appreciate your honesty.
Our chief Voneron filed a formal complaint. Said your people were taking our satellites.
I told him those scavengers weren't my people.
Can't win them all, Pathfinder. What do you need?
I'll let you get back to it.
Good. I expect you to take good care of Joel out there.
I will. I'm sure he'll return the favor.
Don't worry about him. You saved the Moshai. That earned his loyalty. Still wrapping my head around what you found at the Ket facility. That exaltation.
It must be hard for you, realizing what the Ket soldiers are.
Doesn't change what we have to do. It's war. What do you need?
I'll let you get back to it.
Good. I interrogated Venturev. He thinks he betrayed the Moshai to save his team. Coward. We put the word out that his team can come home. They won't be punished for his actions. Now you've seen Kadara Port. You understand why I wasn't happy you found Aya?
We need to deal with what's happening there. It's no good for anyone.
Seems pretty good for your people. What do you need?
I'll let you get back to it.
Good. What do you need?
I'll let you get back to it.
Good.
Pathfinder?
It took humanity 8 years to get a Citadel embassy back home. Pretty impressive to get one here so fast.
All it took was handling some remnant.
It'll take more to keep this partnership going. Ambassador Riala will handle the embassy. Lets us focus on everything else. Lots more of our people around lately. They'd better behave themselves. Inventory's there. Go on and look. Ryder.
No entering the med center until you're clean.
How do I decontaminate?
Ion console. Touch the start pad, it does the rest.
How can I help?
I'll get moving.
Ishari.
Is the adventure what you hoped? Are they kind? I worry.
Yes, my mother. And more. You would enjoy it too. Pathfinder. Pathfinder.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Ease off. I'm here to help. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a cat. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters, see if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do. I've told you everything. My work is time sensitive. Stop wasting it.
Ryder.
Thank you for freeing Venturef at Kadara. I'm told you saved him from execution.
I know you wanted to question him. Did you learn anything?
Enough to understand his motives. He lost his way. But I have hopes he'll find it again. Ephra wanted to punish him. I suggested Ven help tend Aya's gardens. He spent too long surrounded by death. He needs to reconnect with life.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. You continue to surprise me, Pathfinder. Returning Vold's ancient AI, a priceless treasure.
I don't know if anyone told you, but that thing's completely bonkers.
I've had the pleasure. Can't remember the last time a machine cursed my entire lineage. Hard to believe an algorithm can experience emotional pain. Its loneliness is real. Rehabilitating the AI is a priority, but we have other concerns. You need something.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. Pavoa, Pathfinder. I've been considering that I'm at an age where I must look for someone to replace me. With your aid, our museum curator made an extraordinary discovery. I've always respected Avela, but I may have underestimated her. You've helped us both.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. Thank you for helping Avela. I've never seen her so excited about her work.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. I heard you met my old colleague Danfra. Good scientist, unpleasant person. She shouldn't have tried to scan you without your consent. Thank you for indulging her rudeness. She's been reprimanded for her behavior.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. You have questions? Ask them.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare.
I detect the infrared dye Silvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
That's our man.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me?
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal, time of change. It worked well, until now.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
I believe you, and I'm sorry for your loss. Between us, that botanist is kind of a jerk.
He didn't fear my anger. I respect that.
I'll talk to our ambassador, see if we can minimize our impact on your vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us. Thank you for listening, Pathfinder.
Good to see you.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
I want contact with the people I love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
I feel so out of place here. People keep staring at me. I can't tell if they're fascinated or afraid.
Maybe they've all got huge crushes on you.
Ryder, that's a little far-fetched.
I don't think so. Everyone wants a spiky girlfriend.
Sure, Ryder. Pathfinder. Pathfinder.
Welcome back. Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya.
I've heard of it. Why?
Angara are selling their slots to come here so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Oh, we have to do something.
Governor Shai is on our side. She'll know what to do.
You're right. We need to solve this problem together. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director 10 immediately.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything. Pathfinder, what can I do for you?
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder. I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer. But I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Would I be allowed employment alongside your people?
That's the whole point of this exchange. The Nexus needs people like you.
That's all I needed to hear. I'll have your ambassador start the transfer. Thank you.
Hello? Pathfinder.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
What can I do for you?
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was You know...
Hey, Ryder. You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Hey, Ryder. You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
scent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
This exaltation is a horrible truth for the Angara to live with. I pray we don't have to do the same.
See you later.
Be well. Come back again.
Pathfinder. Glad to be in one piece after Liam's little jaunt to that cat ship.
It was interesting, I'll give it that.
Ferrand and her group are extremely helpful. Glad to have them. Lucky, too.
We'll talk another time.
Pathfinder? Pathfinder.
We'll talk another time.
Pathfinder?
Ryder, just who I was looking for. This is a lot to take in. A giant remnant is definitely something, but now we know what we're dealing with. Though, you know that mining natural gas isn't good for EOS. We learned that on Earth.
This planet has an atmosphere processor. It's a different situation.
So different that this mining could do anything. I wonder, that independent nation, Advent, doesn't want anything to do with us or the Nexus. But what about those giant remnant? If there's another one, we should help our neighbors?
Ideals shouldn't get people killed. If this happens near Advent, we should go and help.
I'll bring this to Bradley. Who knew we'd already need international policies? Thanks, Ryder. Somehow, life around here just got even more interesting.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work. Ryder, this exaltation of the Kets, is it contagious?
No, not from what we saw.
Thank God, because I just sent a team to scan around the old Ket outpost. If I'd sent them there and, well, forget it. Did you need something?
I've gotta go.
Keep up the good work. Ryder, I was wondering if I could ask a favor. It's sort of professional and sort of not.
What do you mean?
EOS really needs a water purification technician. Our block has one assigned, but after everything that happened, he's still in stasis. He's my fiancé, so I can't ask for a fast track. Conflict of interest and all. But you could, would you?
I'll see what I can do.
That would be wonderful. His name is Evan Kendricks. Do you need anything in the meantime?
I've gotta go.
Keep up the good work. Welcome back.
I've gotta go.
Keep up the good work.
Pathfinder, mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school. Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
We were all shaped by that history.
Agree. Ryder.
Word is, it's a
My
paradise.
family thanks you, Pathfinder.
Waterfalls and
Take care, Darket.
You too, Pathfinder.
Not again.
This soil's Casada compared to ours.